I'm John Mora, and welcome to my studio. Today we are going to be learning about how to draw through a grid, how to draw from life, that is, through a grid. We've got some technical stuff to discuss, but we're going to have a good time as well. So let's get started. The grid system is a very old way of drawing, and before it was used to draw from life, the grid system was used by architects to make plans, to make things at a small scale in a drawing, and then they had to figure out a way to blow things up so that they can make a big building from a small drawing. Okay? I think that even before that happened, ancient peoples were taking small drawings and blowing them up huge so that they could make a drawing of something very small and then blow it up enormously. So for instance, in Peru, there's a whole series of drawings that you can only see from the air, and they're beautifully drawn images of animals, sometimes human beings, carrying things or whatever. And for years, people thought, well, obviously extraterrestrials helped them make these drawings, and it's really silly. Of course, they didn't need extraterrestrials to make large drawings. All they needed was a grid system. That's all they needed. They made a drawing that was small first, and then they put a series of squares on top of it, and then if somebody could be out in the field with a rope of one length and use 4 pieces, you could make one big giant square, put a diagonal across that, and make more squares the same size. So that's how ancient peoples made these enormous drawings visible from space. But also it's how people obviously made plans for buildings. Rather than wondering how to make a big giant drawing, they make a small drawing. They use a certain amount of distance for a scale, and they just blow the thing up. Now, later on, artists got the idea to blow up their drawings for paintings. So, and I'm sure the ancient Greeks did this. They probably took their designs on a smaller piece of paper for a mural. So for instance, when you see the murals at Pompeii, they probably drew them first small, and then like this image here by, this is a British artist that I've never heard of until now, named Henry Bone, 18th century British. This is a portrait drawing that he made, that he then squared up for transfer, and then put the same size lines on his canvas, and then drew it again on his canvas, using the squares as guidelines. Okay? So the use of the grid to make something small into something large, we're going to call that, for right now, we're going to call that squaring up, or squaring for transfer. Here's what we're going to be doing that's a little bit different. We're going to be using a grid that's actually out in space, that is in front of you, that goes in front of your subject so that you can draw from life using a grid. There's a famous engraving here, actually it's a woodcut by Albrecht Dürer, and it's a picture of an artist looking through a mechanical grid to draw the artist's model. Okay? And so that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be showing how a grid can be used to draw from life with great accuracy, and also so that you can draw your proportions faster, and so that you can develop your eye and see things freshly, like you've never seen them before when you use this grid. Okay? So let's get started.